scorer. Hit a couple of game winners you and I have done, and he just creates for himself and he creates for his teammates. He'll be sorely missed for the Deacs here tonight.
Our officials, Bill Covington Jr., Clarence Armstrong, and Trey Steins. It's Virginia that starts with the basketball in white. Coming off that season low 51 points at Duke. The Blue Devils, the best team in the country right now. Getting an opportunity here at home to get back to winning ways. Sam Lewis misfires the opening possession. And a foul on the rebound. Goes against Lewis, trying to follow his own miss. It was a frustrating performance, particularly against the Blue Devils, for Malik Thomas and Sam Lewis. Both of those guys couldn't make a bucket. And take a look at the Demon Deacons starting five. Randolph, you called out Isaac Carr, 7 in black and gold, making his third start, with Nate Calmese, the starting point guard, out for the remainder of this season. Good look for Colvin. Can't knock it down. And a crafty play there. The momentum was taken to Ritter out of bounds, and he preserves the possession.
For Wake to pull off the upset here tonight. Shots like that, perfectly executed, wide open look. Got to find ways to knock down those shots.
Virginia's starting five. DeRitter and Grunlow, the internationals that have come in and find immediate success. Malik Thomas has as well. And you take a look at the 25-4 record, number 13 in the country. You've done it with a new head coach and a new lineup that has found great chemistry over the course of this season.
So much depth with this team. Again, now they're finally healthy. Devin Silas comes in off the bench as well with Chance Mallory. So much depth with their guards and their frontline guys here. And Wake Forest has been able to get an offensive rebound early.
Yeah, Virginia, one of the best rebounding teams in the entire country, but the guard Carr scooped one up there, couldn't convert to Ritter. There for Grunlow in perfect position to clean up the spill.
Wake has to box out. Virginia's going to spend more time getting back to their identity, things they kind of got away from, which is normal. When you win 9 games in a row, you're feeling yourselves. So that game against Duke just didn't play very well, and controlling the glass is something, especially on the offensive end, but Virginia hangs their hat on.
And Grunlow, right place, right time. And Virginia, they have punished teams over the course of this season, dominating the glass, preventing second chance points, and then having so much success on the offensive side of the court. And Ryan Odom told us during shoot-around that's one thing he definitely wants to have as a focal point during this March run. Right on cue, Grunlow, another offensive rebound.
Virginia seems to be dialed in early. Again, the one thing we got to talk about is their elite rim protection. I think with the lack of size that Wake Forest has on their front line, they're going to be forced to double team in the post, which means a lot of open threes for Virginia. How well does the Wake Forest defense rotate the three-point shooters?
Open three, way off the mark. Another offensive rebound. Feed inside, Lewis trying to finish it, and he does. And it's a 6-0 start for UVA. Wake Forest head coach Steve Forbes takes an early timeout.
I mean, they've missed their 3 field goals and got offensive rebounds on every attempt. And you know that's what Virginia's going to do, and that's just effort. He forced to tolerate missed shots, but giving up that many offensive rebounds, he's not going to be happy about.
Harris fires the 3 and hits it out of the timeout, cuts the lead in half.
He's playing so well, and again, he's going to need help tonight, but he's got to do his part. Look for the Deacs to get the first shot to go down for Duke Harris.
Hall picks up his dribble, finds Grunlow, hands off for Thomas. Great ball movement on this possession. Virginia's found a great offensive rhythm and another offensive rebound. DeRitter charges in, draws the foul, and we'll get 2 at the line.
Onyenso is one of the best shot blockers, 6th in the nation.
To put it in context, those two have combined 144 blocks on the season, just the 2 of them. Wake as a team only has 100.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest, when you watch both of these teams, that's the biggest difference. This is the rim protection.
On the flip side, yes, it's a mismatch because Wake Forest does not have the traditional big that Virginia does. But if you're Wake, can you use your guards and try and space Virginia out on the offensive end?
That's the game plan, because you guys like Juke Harris at 6'7", and his length. But again, normal games, he gets in the rim and can elevate over that, but now he has Grunlow there at a 7-footer defending him at the rim.
Shot clock down to 3. Mason hoists up a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Great sign there from Makai Mason. Someone else not named Harris steps up and makes a shot for the Deeks. And again, they're right here in this game. Their first shot defense has been really good. Now the game begins when the shot goes up.
And Virginia continues to let it fly from 3, and that's been a recipe for success this season. For this month, calendar has officially turned to March Madness. Virginia, a great resume despite that 9-game winning streak getting snapped at Cameron Indoor over the weekend. You take a look at what they have done this season. Joe Lenardi, our bracketologist, has them as a solid number 4 seed. As Makai Mason connects on his second triple and ties this game at 11.
Finally, Wake Forest is starting to wake up offensively. If they can just rebound the basketball, the way they're playing, they should be up right now in this game.
So Mason and Harris have all 11 for the Demon Deacons. Virginia yet to make a 3. 0 of 8. White trying to change that, and he does. Jakari White drills the triple.
He's the one guy you have to find Virginia's team. I mean, he's almost instant offense. He's shooting the ball at a high level, coming off the bench. You can't allow him to shake loose on the 3-point line.
Off the mark, Mason had the hot hand. White in attack mode. Down the lane, floats it up. Too much on it.
Jakari White got stuck in the air right there. Didn't know what to do. And Wake needs to try to get out in transition on some of these opportunities as well. You don't want to play against a set defense every time down.
Schwieger trying to muscle his way to the rim. Grunlow. On the drive, pull up pop. Rolls off the rim, no good from Akins.
And he's more of a mid-range shot. So Steve Forbes is a big analytical guy, but he's only because the only thing you can do at that point is foul.
This is the first. Grunlow at 7 feet, 240 pounds, coming over from Germany. Got here late in the process, and Virginia feels like he has already done so well over the course of this season, just adding muscle to compete in the ACC, and this offseason will be a big one for him.
It will be, and it'll help his game on the offensive end of the floor. Right now, he's right on schedule defensively. His mobility and moving and helping control the plane, the protection at the rim. The offensive part of his game will continue to develop.
And Wake gives the ball right back. Tried to design the set for Miles Colvin off the screen and just didn't find him.
You got to continue to execute your plays. And the good thing about that turnover, it at least allows you to set your defense. Because of the size of the Virginia frontline guys, Wake usually will hedge and trap hard. They're challenging their guards to get through the screens, and credit to Wake Forest backcourt. They're getting through broad screens right now, getting back in front of the basketball and allowing Wake Forest defense to guard Virginia big on big.
Now Virginia's third turnover of this first half. The best offense for the Hoos has come off those offensive rebounds they had early. 10 of their 15 points in the paint.
If you're Wake Forest, you got to be pleased with this. This is a rock fight right now. Neither team is shooting the ball very well, and that favors the Deacons for hanging in there if they want to pull off this upset.
Spillers had the mismatch against Mallory. Mallory got a hand in there. Schwieger off the mark. Missed opportunity inside for Wake Forest. Here's Mallory, burst of speed. Draws the foul, and we'll get two at the line.
To miss so many games, and it's nothing official that I've heard, but he is so important to that Louisville team. They go as he goes, and that's a huge blow for Pat Kelsey and the Cardinals.
Louisville and Syracuse follow us on our Tuesday night doubleheader. And the Cardinals without Brown once again. Wake Forest here has missed their last 5 shots. A scoring drought nearing 3 minutes. Juke Harris, he'd be the guy to change it. 4 seconds to shoot. Harris on the drive. Tough take, well defended.
That's what Juke Harris got to know. Run lows coming. The rim is always going to have a shot blocker there.
Transition three's good. Johan Grudlow delivers. And Virginia's opened up an 8-point lead.
Jay, he's 34% behind the three-point line. And again, his strength will come that'll allow him to score inside. But he is a really good face-up three-point shooter.
8-0 Virginia run. Down the lane again. This time, Miles Colvin sneaks in for 2.
Great job by Miles Colvin there, attacking the rim. And
it is interesting, though, knowing you're going against one of the best shot-blocking teams in the country, elite rim protection teams. Wake just keeps driving the basketball.
Well, you have to, because if not, you get one-dimensional in the ball. You can't just play on the perimeter. So you got to continue to attack the rim. And you still got to attack shot blockers. Got to go right through their nose. The free throw line. They keep hanging around. That's what you want to see if you're Wake Forest. Continue to defend. They're starting to rebound the basketball now. They're playing really good first shot defense.
DeRidder delivers a much-needed 3 to end a 3.5-minute scoring drought. And he fires Virginia back in front.
That's when Wake Forest will have to adjust their defense when Virginia starts making threes. It's just a matter of time. Get into your DHOs, lift the shot clock up. That shot's always going to be there.
And Harris fouled. I do wonder, a team that's won 9 in a row, you get punched in the mouth like that on the road, how do you respond? And for Virginia, it's really just the shooting, Randolph. They are 10 of their last 50 three-point attempts going back to that Duke loss.
And this happens, but again, they're by committee. I mean, it's just the basketball moves, the open guys take the shot, so they're not playing through anyone, whereas at Wake, they're running their offense. They're running. We know what their game plan is going to be. They're going to run a few set plays, but then they're going to get them on the high post and run their dribble handoff action.
Everything going through Harris. In attack mode. Drives the lane again. No good. And White secures the rebound.
The game plan is really good and solid for Wake Forest right now. They just got to defend the three-point line, and right now Virginia's not making shots. So you continue to control the paint until they start making shots.
Both of these teams ice cold. Virginia 1 of their last 8. Wake 2 of their last 11. Here's DeRidder, the spin move, and a foul.
Does that.
Both of these teams have struggled on the offensive end in this first half. Well below their season averages of 81 for Virginia and 79 for Wake Forest.
I think that's the biggest surprise so far. These are really good offensive teams. They're just struggling right now, and credit the game plan. They're forcing both teams to make shots, and neither one is making shots right now. And taking away the strengths, Virginia's trying to make Juke Harris carry the entire load, thinking that that's going to work over 40 minutes right now, but they were hoping their offense would be better than it is right now.
Harris made the 3, but it was waved off for an illegal screen by Ballou.
For Virginia, you want to see Tess DeRidder also get on ball, set some ball screens, force the guards for Wake to switch, and maybe throw it to him in the mid-post. That's the one element they hadn't tried yet here in the first half, and he's definitely a big part of their offense when they're in the flow, when things are going, when they're not making shots. Let's see if they get him in some ball screens action and attack the switches. Get him in the mid-post.
White off the mark. Now, these are looks that Virginia has converted all season long, but not tonight from 3. Just 3 of 17.
Yeah, and especially Ja'Carri White. You don't make a living leaving him open for 3.
The last 7 games, White came into today shooting 50% from 3. For 2 from the line, Virginia goes up by 4 and can set the full court pressure.
Jenkins is really the only true point guard on the roster. Carr does a really good job. He protects it. He's safe.
Yeah, with Nate Calmese, the starting point guard for Wake Forest, sidelined for the rest of the season. Spillers, turnaround left hook. Right on the money, great touch.
Great shot there again.
DeRidder corrals that ball, looking for help, finds it with Thomas. DeRidder in attack mode. White trying to shake free. Into the paint, not typically his area of expertise, but he gets it for two.
Great patience there, finding a gap in the defense. Wake's doing a really good job of running guys off the three-point line.
Looking for Spillers again inside. And Spillers misses the front end. Mallory kicks it out. Thomas very quiet first half. Pull up pop, sticks it.
You can see there's a conscious effort by Virginia getting the paint right now. We're not knocking down threes. They're turning down threes now, trying to get back to the rim to attack and get twos, and it's been successful for them the last couple of possessions. Your Wake Forest, just continue to run your offense and look for number two.
Well, he's got it right here. Juke Harris. As Virginia starts with the basketball at an 8-point lead, definitely with the momentum in that surge in the final 5 minutes of the first half. You look at Wake Forest shooting 3 of 12 from 3, 2 of 10 on layups.
But that's the threat again. It's not just when the shots are blocked you're concerned.
And that rims in from DeRidder. He picks up where he left off in the first half. The biggest bright spot offensively. He's got 12 of the Who's 34.
That's the difference right there that they can do. Put the ball in the post on that block, allowing him to get to that left shoulder. When they're struggling from three, that's their go-to.
Harris, pull-up pop. Got it.
Speaking of go-to, find different ways to get him the basketball there. Pin down, he just gets to his spots and his size. It's able to elevate over defensive.
DeRidder hits the
chase, and then also it's going to make the bigs have to come up at the point of the dribble handoff.
Omar Ballou checks out with his third foul. Hall left all alone from three. He'll make it pay.
That's a good sign. Hall is so unselfish. Doesn't take a ton of threes that time. Defensive mistake made by the Deeks and left him wide open.
His first make of the night is a triple. Virginia has their largest lead of the game. With a win tonight, the Who's clinch the number 2 seed in the ACC tournament. Still have the rivalry game to finish the season here on Saturday against Virginia Tech, but if you're a Virginia fan, you'd sign up for 25-4, potential to go 15-3 at ACC play if you finish it off the right way at home.
That's a great year, and again, it's one of those things we talked about. It. Not a lot of teams are discussing how good a year. You're talking about this team going for the 26 and win. 26, only 4 losses.
Test. He was going to high school when you were playing for his dad, Dave Odom, at Wake Forest. I said, hey, do you got any college Randolph stories I can tell on the air? And you shut that down pretty quickly.
You can't tell the family secrets. You kidding me? He's not going to tell on me. He knows because I got the microphone and I get to tell all his stuff, so he knows.
The shot clock at 7. Colvin fires the 3 and rattles it home. Miles Colvin connects on the triple.
Who else steps up? Continue to knock down shots. No hesitation there.
DeRidder right to the rim. Rolls off no good.
And if I'm Wake, I would continue to put Virginia and, more importantly, test DeRidder in ball screens and make him defend on the perimeter.
Virginia been very unhappy with the whistle tonight.
They're trying to play physical. They're trying to blow up screens, and the officials are calling. It's just been that type of slow, methodical game, and you don't care if it's pretty. You just care if you get the W at the end of the day.
Harris keeps his balance. Tried to kick it out. White read it the whole way. Jakari White, the steal and the slam.
This is another part of the defense. Again, full court pressure, hoping to speed you up. Shouldn't bother. Wait, they got multiple handlers. But you can't be sloppy with the basketball.
White's got 9, providing that bench boost once again for Virginia. And the strength of this Cavaliers team all season when you can bring Mallory and White off the bench for that level of production. Everything going for Juke Harris. Been a one-man team tonight.
Oh, great discipline there. Stand down on a pump fake.
Rejected at the rim. Spiller swatted it away. Back to Harris for 3. Couldn't connect this time. That'll be Virginia basketball.
Elevates finishes. Just a crafty scorer and does it in so many different ways.
He's got 14 of the Demon Deacons 31. Thomas misfires from 3.
I mean, Juke Harris has elevated his game so much because it's scoring points is one thing, but when you're at the top of the scouting report and teams are focusing their defense on you and you continue to deliver, it just shows you the type of talent he is.
Sebastian Aikens rattles home a 3, and just like that, it's back to a 2-possession game. Here's Chance Mallory. Tees up to Ritter for a 3. Tests to Ritter, the immediate answer.
Pace of the game is starting to pick up now. Teams are starting to make shots. We always say the ball gives you energy, especially when it goes in. Both teams are starting to pick up here in the second half.
DeRitter has 16 after that 3 to lead all scorers. Harris not far behind with 14. Schwieger lost the handle. Virginia keeping this tempo.
From Chance Mallory, I'm going to continue to drive Schwieger.
Turns it over. Schwieger. This is the bunny. And White drop.
You shoot as many threes as they do. I think another team comes to mind. We talked about Louisville in that aspect. Teams that rely, with a three-point shot is so much a part of their offense. When you're not knocking down shots, what else are you going to do to impact the game? But this Virginia group does have an identity on the defensive end of the floor. And I think, again, what they're best at is keeping everybody in front and altering shots, allowing them to get out in transition. Tonight, they're not making threes, but they continue to make plays.
White makes Wink pay. Couldn't corral the rebound, and it turns into 3 points for Jakari White. Virginia had missed their last 5 threes before that make by White. He's now up to 14 points on the night.
And that's his second triple of the night. Starting to see why Virginia's such a good team here. Great execution on the baseline out of bounds. Miscommunication by Wake Forest on the switch, and they paid for it.
Here's Juke Harris. And now Miles Colvin, who's been quiet tonight. Shot clock down to 7. Wake's been forced to operate with the shot clock winding down. That's another turnover. Hand of Hall last. Lob to the rim. Colvin got it off in time, but couldn't connect.
Great defense there by Virginia. Tried to get a backdoor lob attempt at the rim. Virginia was not fooled.
Stole it away. Schwieger got his hands in the passing lane there. Wake not going away here.
That's a nice way to put it. It looked like Jakari White for a second went colorblind. He just turned and threw it right to him. I thought Schwieger was going to give it back to him like it was an accident.
Mason hits the three. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and it's a 6-point game.
Mason there came off the screen, not ready to shoot.
Hall all alone. The immediate answer, Talon Hall delivers.
That's disappointing if you're Wake Forest there. You just hit a big three, cut it to 6, and then trying to draw a foul, hitting the deck, giving up an open three.
Step back three, Mason again. Back-to-back threes for Makai Mason. Timeout Wake after the Demon. So 6 minutes to play and a 6-point lead for Virginia, trying to get this win to the finish line, which would clinch them the #2 seed in the ACC tournament. Cross-court pass, finds Tillis, backing down Colvin. Tillis to the rim, missed it.
I think Tillis has got to shoot that. It's got to be more shot ready on the pass. He caught the basketball, ready to drive it.
Everything but the finish from Akins. Transition triple. It's good. Malik Thomas drills it.
It's a 5-point swing there. Akins got to the rim, but again, he's worried about the 8 block shots Virginia already has and kind of rushed it, missed the bunny.
Takes them both. A season high 21 points from Makai Mason tonight. He's kept Wake in it in this second half on the road.
Yeah, he's kept the Deeks in striking distance.
Hall dribbled it off his own foot, turned it over. Certainly been far from comfortable. Really, from the beginning of this game, Virginia's slow to start offensively as their scoring is upticked. So has Wake Forest. We've already seen 61 points scored in this second half, far more than the first half combination when points were at a premium. Akins lost the handle as well. 2 point guard turnovers down the stretch here.
Spiller's cut baseline there, and he brought Grunlow into the paint with him. And Akins has to get to a point. He just takes the floater, shoot the pull-up on the floater. He got a really good mid-range shot. At his size, getting to the rim, trying to finish over. 7-footer is a low percentage shot.
Here's DeRitter. Kick out, Hall thought about the three, now drives. Leaves it off. Puts the foul. Can't complete the three-point play.
That's why you put him on the line. He's only a 54% three-point shooter, and you don't give him the and one. You got to make him go to the line and earn it.
Duke Harris gets contact.
They get Sam Lewis going as well. You're talking about him fouling out here early in this game and only 2 points. He went scoreless against the Blue Devils. Was 0 for 6 in that game, and he's a 10-point per game scorer for the Wahoos.
They go back to Grunlow, another inside the letters that spell Tony Bennett.
And it's just such a Tony Bennett way of how he approached this program. And he's always been about his players. You can see the names of the guys there. The guys who helped put his name on the floor. Credit to him for putting those guys in his name on the court.
Yeah, from walk-ons to all ACC players.
It's great to have him on that night. Been blessed to call that game. He came over, and it's really fun to have an opportunity to talk to Tony on such a special occasion.
Makai Mason red hot in this second half, a season high 23 points. Once again makes it a 6-point game. Wake has cut it to 6 4 times in this second half. They haven't snuck under that number.
And this is a key possession for Wake. Can you finally bust through?
Breakdown defensively. And that rolls in. Johan Grunlow.
It's another defensive mistake there. Lack of communication has hurt the Deeks when they made these mistakes. They've been punished for it, and that time can never leave Tess DeRitter wide open, and you finally get to him late, and then you leave Grunlow open, and you pay for it.
Colvin misfires from three. Virginia slows things down.
Yeah, that last possession felt like it was like, wait, this was your time. Coming out of a break, only down 6. You had been at that point, pivotal point here. And again, they're trying to run test DeRidder inside.
DeRidder calling for it. Hall doesn't go his way. Grunlow lines up the three. Missed it. Scramble for the rebound.
As a T-shirt guy, I love the look of Chance Mallory, though. Not many guys rock the T-shirts anymore.
Yeah, that was a staple of the Randolph Children's wardrobe. Ticking near 2 minutes to play. Wake Forest trailing by 8. Can they find magic here on the road? Virginia trying to hang on and clinch that #2 seed in the ACC tournament. Juke Harris and the Demon Deacons not backing down, though.
They're not going away. Again, you're right back at that 6-minute mark, but you're under 2 minutes. The time is now for Wake Forest. Can you muster up a stop?
Mallory, great pump fake. Splits 2 through contact, no call. Kick out. Hall a 3. Off the mark. Grunlow, an offensive rebound. That allows Virginia to take more time off of this clock. Under 1:30 to play now. Thomas fires the 3.
If Wake Forest is unable to come back and win this game, it's the rebound, the offensive rebounding to start the game early, and that's a big one there that made him pay.
Rejection at the rim, and that is Virginia basketball. Under Ryan Odom in year 1, you get a 3 on one end and a block on the other.
That's the identity of Virginia right now. You're used to seeing good defense from Virginia. It's a big rivalry game there, and if you're Virginia, you want to get your lick back. Talk about rivalry week. That Duke and Carolina matchup will be the same.
Mason lays it up and in for 2. He's been terrific in this second half. 25 points total, a season high.
Thought Wake Forest would extend their defense, maybe try some full court pressure here. You're under a minute and you're down 7. I don't know how much you can. This is the last possession where you can let the clock run down.
And even now, risky to let it run down, especially with Virginia just in a single bonus, would have to shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah.
Mallory explodes, can't finish. Offensive rebound to Ritter. It's loose and Wake Forest has it. Demon Deacons don't have time though. Mason, that rims in. Count.